First up, a 6'4" guard from Eastover, South Carolina, number 0, JR5, James Reese V. A 6'3" guard from Augusta, Georgia. Please welcome number 1, Mardrez McBride. A 5'11" guard from San Antonio, Texas. Please welcome number 4, Jalen Jackson. A 6'4" forward from St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. Please welcome number 10, Jemiah Simmons. A 6'1" guard from Rowlett, Texas. Please welcome number 11, J.J. Murray. A 6'6" forward from East St. Louis, Illinois. Please welcome number 13, TB3, Thomas Bell III. A 6'5" guard from Houston, Texas, Jack Yates High School. Please welcome number 15, Reuben Jones. A 6'10" freshman forward from Brooklyn, New York. Please welcome number 33, Abu Usman. A 6'7" forward from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Please welcome number 34, Terrence Lewis II. This note, one player could not be with us tonight. Freshman number 23, Michael Robinson. Next up, a 6'10" forward from Abilene, Texas. Please welcome number 24, Zachary Simmons. And last, but certainly not least, a 6'4" guard from Memphis, Tennessee. Please welcome number 3, Javion Hamlet. And now let's meet the coaching staff. The associate head coach in his 4th season, Ross Hodge. Assistant coach in his 4th season, Jareem Dowling. Assistant coach in his 3rd season, Matt Brower. In his 2nd season, the director of basketball strategy and operations, Nelson Haggerty. The director of scouting in his 1st season, Louis Al-Hafid. And last, but again not least, in his 4th season, the head coach of your Mean Green Conference Champion winning team, Grant McCaslin. At this time, I'd like to ask President Neil Smockers and Head Coach Grant McCaslin to please come forward as the Mayor of Denton, the Honorable Gerard Hudspeth, will present a proclamation to the UNT basketball team. Mayor Hudspeth.
Good evening. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. My name is Gerard Hudspeth. I am a proud UNT alumni and mayor of my hometown. Pretty excited to be here. So we have a proclamation to present to Coach McClass, the team, and President Smotrick, and it reads, "Greetings. Whereas 2021 University of North Texas men's basketball team set a standard of excellence on its way to a remarkable season that captured the hearts of their hometown, Denton, Texas. And whereas the entire offseason and season presented numerous hurdles due to the COVID-19 pandemic, with the Mean Green becoming the embodiment of tenacity, grit, and perseverance through a year of great uncertainty. And whereas the UNT team defied the challenges brought by the pandemic, posting a 13 regular season win record against 9 losses, including 9 conference wins. And whereas the Mean Green became a force to be reckoned with during the Conference USA tournament, smashing through the two top conference teams, Louisiana Tech and Western Kentucky, on their way to winning their conference championship and an automatic NCAA tournament berth. Yes, yes. And whereas the 13 seed Mean Green went the distance against 4th seed Purdue University in the opening round of the NCAA tournament, delivering a 78-69 overtime win with the program's first NCAA tournament win in history. Yeah. Yes. Yes. And whereas the players and coaches and the Mean Green have elevated the sportsmanship of the program to new heights and shown determination and fortitude against uncertainty and stood as a beacon of pride for the university and our community. Now, therefore, I, Gerard Hudspeth, Mayor of the City of Denton, Texas, do hereby declare and proclaim the 8th day of April 2021 as University of North Texas Men's Basketball Day. And I urge all citizens of Denton to share in this celebration with their accomplishment, and of course, go Mean Green. Yes.
And now, fans, let's hear from one of the biggest fans of UNT basketball who was there in Indianapolis cheering on the Mean Green. Yours truly, the University of North Texas President, Dr. Neil Smockers.
Okay, first of all, I want Rob's voice. Man, you are a natural announcer. You're so good. So, Mean Green Team, that's who you are. And we're so proud of all of the support you've given this team through a couple years that have been rough. Remember last year? Remember that we were the conference champs. Last year. And we had an automatic bid to the big dance, but we didn't get to go. And I was wondering if people thought maybe that's a fluke. But this year, we roared back. You faced adversity. You played hard. You played proud. You played the plan that Coach McCaslin and the rest of the coaching staff laid out. And you did amazingly. I loved the La Tech game, but I got to tell you, that Western Kentucky game, that was something, wasn't it? Whew. What a game. I couldn't have been more proud. And I screamed so loud I lost my voice the next day. So, an incredible moment, but a moment that brought us to Indianapolis. A moment that brought an incredible team full of great student athletes into the spotlight on a national stage. And you know what? I thought maybe we'd be nervous. You know, it's nice we're playing Purdue. They're pretty tough. A little afraid here. I'm going to go. I'm going to cheer. Ren and I sat there. Coach's wife was behind us, screaming really loud with your kids. By the way, they dance way better than Ren and I do, so I'm just saying. But that game was electric. That game was like a suspended moment of reality in which I saw a team control a really good team, a team that played tough, a well-coached team. And you guys let it get a little close at the end. Kind of scared me, but then you know what? I saw you step up. And that's what we're about. We played hard. You played hard. And then you said, we've got a new gear. And we're shifting into higher gear, and we're going to win. And you did. And you did it walking away. And I couldn't have been more proud. I thought I popped the button. This is, by the way, this is the suit, pants, shoes that I wore because Mojo, right? Because Mojo. And in that moment, with television cameras on and becoming the Cinderella team, and I won't mention another team, Jared, but becoming the Cinderella team, you all made America love the mean green. And I've been to a bunch of basketball schools in my life, coming here from UNLV, but I've never been more excited to see a team, to see a coach, to see a win in my entire life. Grant, you are remarkable. We love you. We love your style. I don't ever want to have to talk after you because you're the best speechifier I know. But having said that to the team, I can't say enough good things about you. We really appreciate the battle, the spirit in you, and the fight that you gave. You delivered for this university. You delivered for yourselves. You delivered for your coach in a way we've never seen before. But I hope we're going to see it a whole lot more. And I'm so proud to say that Mean Green is now a household name. And, you know, this is funny, folks. You walk out after a win like that. You walk down the street, yes, wearing the green jacket, and you get a crowd of people, even people from Purdue, shouting at you, "Go Mean Green!" And it was special. So you made a special moment, not just for yourselves, but for the whole Mean Green family. You made a moment we'll never forget, and I'll never forget. And I appreciate that so much, and we're going to celebrate you for a long time to come. And I wish all of you the best in your academic journey, in your athletic journey, and as part of the Mean Green family and part of our history forever, forever. So thank you, and a big Go Mean Green. Come on, let's give a big round of applause for these amazing, amazing athletes. Woo! We love you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll hear a few words from Associate Vice President of Athletics, Jared Mosley.
Thanks, Rob. On behalf of Ren Baker, I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. Ren absolutely hates that he can't be here with us tonight. He had a situation arise today that required his attention tonight, but I know he's watching and enjoying this at home. One of the things as an athletic department, winning's fun. We do this to do a lot of things with our student athletes and to provide experiences, but nothing beats when you get to achieve the ultimate goal that you set out for. And I think this year's team in particular, the thing we're need to be mindful of and that I'm most proud of is the effort it took for a number of people to see this season even happen to begin with. Countless people. President Simatris, so many people across campus who put protocols in place and things to allow us to get to the point where we could experience what we did in this past month. And so to them, I want to say thank you. To you, our fans, to our students out there, to our donors, our Mean Green Scholarship Fund members, when you step up and continue to invest, even in difficult times, we are allowed and permitted to do the things that we got to do. We do not take that for granted. This year's been difficult on so many, and your ability to continue to provide opportunities and funding and so many other ways that you support our program give us a chance to build champions and prepare leaders. And so to you, we're grateful. We want to encourage you as we continue this opportunity ahead. We're not done yet. I know Grant's not done yet. And it's going to continue to take everybody charging ahead. And so we want to encourage you to continue to support our team. We look forward to the Super Pit being filled next year. Hopefully we can fill it a little more than we did this year. We'll see. We'll take care of business this summer. But and to this team, I just want to tell you guys what a tremendous honor it is for you to have had this opportunity. A year ago, you go back to the moment when the rug's pulled out from underneath you and you didn't get this chance. And people who don't understand how difficult it is to do that again and to do that in the face of adversity, you guys deserve a lot of credit for committing yourself on the front end to things that some people simply wouldn't do and don't want to do. And for that, I just want to say thank you, because we got to experience something this school's never experienced before. And they will not take that away from you. You know, I think the thing you look back on as a season progressed, you look at opportunities, so many firsts in program history, so many things that we've achieved our highest net ranking. We went back to back. We won our first Conference USA tournament championship. We were the highest seed ever in school history at the NCAA tournament. You know, you just keep checking boxes, and what a great time to be a part of the Mean Green. And so without further ado, the guy you want to hear from today, Grant, we appreciate you. We know opportunities and leadership and the things that you have to go through in the course of a season, they don't happen by accident. And it takes somebody every day who's consistent in their approach, who loves the heck out of his staff and his players, to create a culture that ultimately is driven to win championships. So help me welcome Coach Grant McCaslin.
Awesome. Did I hear Dr. Simatris say that he hadn't changed clothes since we beat Purdue? Did I hear that correctly? Changed underwear yet? All right. This is awesome. Thank you all for being here. I know this is, out of the ordinary. We don't get to do this. Usually at this point, basketball season's over, so we've moved on to whatever's next. So for you all taking the time to come tonight to celebrate this crew, I'm extremely thankful. So thank you for being here. It was great to hear our guys introduced, and I want to talk about them in a minute, but there's a crew over here that didn't have their names called, but I'm calling them, all right? So let's be clear. We all know how this works, man. It takes everybody to do this. And so I'm going to announce a few people. I'm going to have them stand up, and we're going to applaud them. Our head manager, Jared Hollis, on the back row. And then we've got 3 GAs that are one of them's not here. Drew Jansen, wherever the camera is that's live. Drew, let's give Drew a round of applause. On the back row, Anthony Willis, stand up. Marit Hova, stand up. And then we've got some of our managers here. Matt, stand up. Mikey, Arsh, Ethan, you guys stand up. Give these guys a round of applause. And I cannot stress this enough. This program would not work if it wasn't for those guys. I mean, that is just, you want to talk about doing thankless jobs and doing it with all their heart. That crew right there, I mean this, they are the reason we win. And guys like William getting thrown out of games, that's the reason we win too. And then we've got a tremendous support staff, our nutritionist, Sam, will you stand up? And then our trainer, who I talk to more than anybody, unfortunately, but who's been a great friend and an unbelievable worker, Will Rapp, will you stand up? We can't do this without our families, so I'm going to introduce families too. I mean, this is celebration night, right? So it takes everybody to do it, and I want to introduce families too. So Coach Wright is our strength coach. His wife, Chelsea. Is Chelsea here? Chelsea couldn't make it. She works harder than all of us. She works in Fort Worth. She couldn't make it. Coach Wright, our strength coach, will you stand up? Andrew Wright. Toughest dude on staff. I know we've introduced the coaches, but I want to introduce their families. We're going to start with Coach Hodge, Shelley, Emery, and Reed. Will y'all stand up right over here? Come on, Emery, stand up. I know you're in junior high, but you can stand up. Come on, Emery. You don't want to stand up. Man, Coach Hodge. Yeah, Reed, that'll way to stand up, buddy. This is a family deal for us. And I told our team this. My boys would come down here and shoot with our guys at night. And they'd be in the gym with them. And there's no better role model for my children than these guys sitting right over here. And I mean that. Is Mike Miller here? There he is right there. That's Mike Miller, one of our former players. Let's give him a round of applause. Miller time. Mike don't have to stand up, man. Mike Miller's the CBI champion. Got a banner hanging in here, and his influence on our program is tremendous, and his heart for winning has not stopped. And the dude bleeds green, man. He loves this place, and he loves our program, and he loves the university. I'm so thankful for you, Mike. Unbelievable, man. And moving on, Coach Dowling, is Sierra here? Oh, stop. Sierra Dowling, his daughter Leia, phenomenal people, what a great supporter. Coach Breyer is Katie. Oh, she had a deal today. She couldn't make it either. Man, this is what happens, right? We get busy and we got all kind of things going on. And Coach Hag, you've got your crew here. Naya and Ayana, are you here? Where are you? I know you're here somewhere. You're hiding. You don't want to stand up either. Let's give them a round of applause. Vea, his daughter, she couldn't make it. She's at practice, and I think that's everybody. Louis, Dahlia's watching, I'm sure, on TV. Do we got anybody else here? Your older brother's here. Let's give him a round of applause, because he gave me a ride when he jumped my car one time. Thank you. We're kind of catching everybody. This is the only chance we get to do it. Am I missing anybody? I don't think so. I know we got Zach's mom in the house. Is she here? Let's give Mama Z a big hand. Anybody else's parents here? Oh, Reuben Jones' mom is in the house. Hear you. This is a new day. I figured that would already be hollering. This is a family affair, and I want to thank my family who's at the top. My mom and dad, Roger and Linda McCaslin up there. My dad would sneak into practices and sit at the top, and Coach Ream would always shout out to him, and everybody loves Papa Mac, man. So I'm thankful for my dad. He's sitting up there. My brother's here. Jeremy, you got to go ahead and throw a shout out. And then my wife, Cecilia McCaslin's in the house. CC, you got to stand up, girl. You can't sit down. My son, Jet, and my daughter, Jersey, are here. Y'all want to stand up, please? My daughter, Amaris, and my son, Beckett, are doing sporting events tonight, so they couldn't make it. But this is a family deal for us, and if you haven't figured it out yet, there's nobody in this program that's more important than the other, and I mean that with all my heart. This is about how we do this thing together. Am I missing somebody, Coach Hodge? Did I catch everybody? I just want to make sure. And I hope you hear and understand that when you go to the NCAA tournament and set the record for the best, which is one of our favorites because we look at statistics, but the best ranking we've ever had in KenPom, but the net ranking being the 55th best team in the country was a dream we had coming here. And the amount of work, it's cool that we're doing this on this court, because if you knew the amount of work that these guys put in on this floor every day, and I'm not talking a couple minutes to come in here quickly, the hours that these guys put in on this court to make this happen is more significant than you can imagine. So what you saw on TV, which is beautiful and a blast, and the celebration that goes on in the locker room and the excitement that goes with it, pales in comparison to the amount of work that happened on this court. And that's the part that I think we all love. And we'll never forget the celebrations in the locker room. We'll never forget cutting down nets. But the part that I'll remember is the day that it was 30 degrees in this gym and we're in here practicing. Those are the days when it was a snowstorm here, and these guys with no power, we had 45 minutes and we didn't know when the lights were gonna come on. And we're sitting in the locker room right underneath here with it being pitch black. Nobody's warmed up, and we just got through getting our nose swabbed for a COVID test. And we're trying to wait for the lights to come on because it's cycled. And it comes on, and we all rush out here, and Coach Wright's warming our team up, and basically everybody's in hoodies, and, you know, we were coaching with our toboggans on or whatever. And we practiced out here for 45 minutes until the lights went off. And then we had to go back in the locker room, you know, and it was, so to understand what these guys went through to make this a possibility, I hope you appreciate it, because we loved representing you. We really did. But I can't tell you the worst minute that I had this year was sitting in that locker room in Indianapolis after the Villanova game, when we had to go in there and say, this is it, right? I mean, because it unfortunately has to end at some point. But the things that I'll remember is this, for you all to argue, is one of the best teams in the history of North Texas basketball. But what I'll remember the most is the heart that it took to overcome all the crazy things that we had to deal with as an athletic department to even play a season, and the families that invested in this and the time that these guys put in academically. J.J. Murray, the service award. I mean, these dudes' hearts are bigger than their basketball accomplishments, and that's what I want you to be proud of. And so tonight, I don't know what protocol is. I'm going to come up to the top and I'm going to take pictures, and I'll stay here as long as anybody wants to. And I hope you understand how much we appreciate your support, because I know that your time is valuable. And that was what our guys loved. What I love about Javion Hamlet and our senior class of guys is they couldn't wait for you all to be able to watch them play. They couldn't wait. So that atmosphere at Frisco to win the Conference USA Tournament Championship was phenomenal. And so thank you for your help in making that one of the best experiences of college basketball of the entire year. And for those people that traveled when we beat Purdue in the first round of the NCAA tournament, thank you. We couldn't do it without you, and we know it takes a lot to make this happen. So we have a phenomenal staff. One guy that I need to mention before we get out of here, Luke Della. Where you at, brother? Luke, shout out to Luke, my guy right here, man. He's our SID. He's the one that tells me where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there. And Miss Benita, where are you, Miss Benita? There you go, girl. Everybody say hello to Miss Benita, our administrative assistant. She makes this happen too. Hopefully I caught everybody before we get done. I know we got a question and answer going on with our players, and that's who you really want to talk to. But to these fellas, I love them. We get to hug each other, and that's the best part of this, is we get to be in the locker rooms together. But I can't imagine coaching a harder working team than this crew. And what they've done to overcome is greater than any accomplishment that I can imagine being a part of as a basketball coach. From COVID to crazy travel to crazy schedule. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I had to call these guys and go, our game's canceled, and the heartbreak that comes with that. And then to say, hey, tomorrow we're flying to West Virginia to play. Anybody want to go? And then the next day we're going to go to Loyola and play them. And these guys just stepped up to the plate, and it's the reason what makes them special is how they handled adversity and how they continue to fight. And I love this crew. It'll hang a banner in here that will never be taken away, and they'll always be remembered for the greatest team in UNT history. So I love this crew. Let's give them a round of applause. Let's talk to the players. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the Mean Green. GMG.
We've got some questions for some players that'll be coming up momentarily, but first, just want to share one thing about Coach McCaslin. There isn't one right now, but if there was a Mount Rushmore of North Texas basketball coaches, it would consist of the late, great Bill Blakely, whose teams in the 70s won 20 games, 3 consecutive years, and did not get an invite to the NCAA tournament. The late, great Jimmy Gales, who in 1987-88 took our Mean Green to the first NCAA tournament to take on North Carolina. The third person would be the great Johnny Jones, who's now at Texas Southern. He took 2 teams in 2007 and 2010 to the NCAA tournament. And then the fourth and final member of our Mount Rushmore would be our very own coach, Grant McCaslin, who not only took our team to the tournament, but won our first ever. North Texas coaches, Mount Rushmore. And now if we could have 2 players come up, Javion and Zach. First question is for Zach. Zach, you played here for 4 years, from day one, game one, first year, all the way through this year. What was that experience like? It's kind of just gradually gotten better and better and better.
Oh, for sure. Coming to North Texas, we weren't, expected to really win a lot of games, and it was the faith from our coaching staff and amongst our team that really drove that, and our fans really made it a great experience. As the years went on, like our support grew, and it just kind of helped us push through those, those hard times, the adversity Coach Mack was talking about. It's just kind of really what made us a team and what brought us together as a family, and we appreciate everybody for coming out and supporting us.
All right. And now one question for Javion. Javion, now the road has been paved. We have climbed the mountain. What now lies in store for North Texas from your perspective?
It only gonna keep going up.
Hey, that works for me. Go Mean Green. now, fans, as we get ready to close out tonight, we'd like to announce a few winners from our raffle contest. These individuals have won autographed Conference USA Championship posters, and you can pick those up on your way out tonight by visiting the MGSF table, and that's near Gate A. The winners are Bob Campbell, Cindy Ford, Mr. Clammer, Tom Clammer, Mark Gaston, and Brad Olson. All right, again, you can pick up your autograph posters on your way out near Gate A. And that's going to do it for tonight. We thank you for coming out and celebrating our 2021 Conference USA Championship winning UNT basketball team. This reminder, the Barnes & Noble store is still open, and our ticket office is selling season tickets for the 2021-22 season that we're certain you want to be a part of. As always, thanks. Go Mean Green. DJ ? Hit that beat.